Hi guys. Hi guys. It's time for Pugsy and I to go through another whiskey review. And the whiskey review we're going to be looking at this time, we're going to head over to Speyside, aren't we? And we're going to look at Cragganmore. You like Cragganmore, don't you? Yeah. Good boy. So let's have a look at this one. You just hold that for me a second, Pugsy? You don't want to, do you? But we are live, Pugsy. I'm recording. They're all seeing you misbehave. Anyway, so, do you want to say what that says? No? Okay. It's not what we rehearsed, but it's fine. Yeah, so Cragganmore. Speyside single malt Scotch whisky. This particular one, though, is a limited edition. It says here, it was only available at the Distillery. I bought it when I did the tour a year or so ago. And there was one of 1,800, 1,800 bottles. 1,800 bottles. Here's one of them. So, yeah, it's good. Why is it good? Well, I'm glad you asked that. Let's go through this together and have a look. There we go. What's it like to hear voices in my head, I hear you ask? But I shall tell you sometime. There we are. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, and lose a drop. I don't want that happening. Ah, tasty. Okay, so always put the top back in. Do you know why? You might spill it. Why are you even asking? Just do as you're told. Put it back in. Best way. Okay, so Cragganmore. This bottle comes in at 48%. As I said, there's only a few available in the big wide world. 1,800 is not many at all. Look at that. So we're looking at a kind of like old gold colour for the whiskey itself. The legs are solid, and I quite enjoy the whiskies that I've got from this particular distillery. This one stood out to me in particular. And it's not disappointing at all, to say the least. You need to give this one a try if you haven't already. If you want to share it with somebody, I'm always up for a new friend. You know, what am I on now? I think it's 6, maybe 7. So, you know, hit me up. I'm interesting. I could tell jokes and stuff like that. I can't think of anything right now, but we'll come back to them. So let's just review what's on the nose for now. So if you like your sweet whiskies, we're talking honey, vanilla, sweet. This is nice. Straight away on the nose, very open with me, very honest. He's saying, look, here I am. I'm exposed right now. Smell my vanilla. Call me honey. It's a bit nutty as well. So like there's a vanilla nut sweetness to this. There's more there, but I can't quite get it right now. I'll open up more. Don't forget it is 48%. So once we've had a bit, we'll add some water, allow this little one to open up to us, tell us all of its secrets. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Do you like secrets? I have secrets. That is delicious. bit of a dry finish, but what was on the palate, I mentioned it was sweet on the nose. It's sweet in there too. It gave you vanilla on the nose. Gives you vanilla in the palate as well. Straight away, the sweetness is all very much there. Does Pugsy like it? He's not pulling away. That's a good sign. He used to be a sniffer dog, believe it or not. I don't think he lasted very long. Like a day. Something like that. It's quite funny because I went into Tesco with Pugsy. He's a pug. And when I was in Tesco, security guard come up to me and said, "Sorry mate, no dogs allowed." And I said, "Oh, it's my guide dog." And it, "No, alright mate, yeah, very funny. No dogs allowed." I said, why is that funny? He's my guide dog. He said, yeah, okay. Well, guide dogs are usually like, retrievers, labs. Yeah. What have they given me? He didn't buy it. It opens up more now on the nose. I'm getting the smell of cut grass. And that is very complimentary of the other smells that are already there. The palate again, we're getting the vanilla. I'd like to say nuts, but I'm going to be more specific than that. I'm going to go into it and say almonds. With vanilla, your almond, like a pudding, like custard kind of covered pudding, cooked fruits with custard layer on top. Oh yeah, I can sell. And again, the finish is still quite dry, which is, it's fine. It's very enjoyable throughout, so I'm happy with that. I think this one was £90 originally when I bought it. You had to go to the distillery to buy it, but you could get it again. You can get it for £95 because the guy would sign it for me. If you want his name now, terribly sorry, it'll come back to me in a minute. Was that about it? Yeah, there are some notes here on the side. I don't like to read the notes before tasting because then you deliberately look for those and you'll say, "Oh, I can find it. I can find it." If you go in not knowing what you're going to get, you'll be a lot more open to what you might be finding. That's why, for instance, I used to work with a lad and he used to make me a coffee, and it would come out and I'd be like, "God, this tea is disgusting," because it looked like tea. And he'd go, "Oh, that's coffee, mate." I'd drink it again and go, "Oh, it's not bad actually," or the other way around. I'd be, "Oh wow, this coffee is disgusting." It's, "Oh, it's tea." So, "Oh, is it? Oh, it's actually quite nice." Yeah, because I thought it was something it wasn't, and it made me change my perception of it. The stuff that's on the side, I mean, I actually prefer just to go in blind, as it were, and go, right, well, this is what I found in this particular whiskey. So, that's my view. Everyone's different. Sorry, I should mention as well, there's a little bit of smoke in there. Some of the smoke that we've got is there. It's quite nice. It's not the first thing that hits the palate though, that's a bit later on, that's towards the finish. I mean, the finish is a mixture. As I said, it's dry, but in the finish we're getting citrus fruits, roasted nuts, they're there as well. The nut development, as it were, it goes on a bit further for the finish. It's very nice. Very, very, very enjoyable. Because of the scarcity of the amount of bottles, I'm assuming that's to do with the price as to why it was the price that it was. The flavours, they're not overpowering. If you like Cragganmore itself, you will enjoy this whiskey. There are a couple in the Glenfiddich range that I would compare this to. A couple. It just feels, the texture of it, as it were, and the body that it offers you is similar to some of them. I think it is good value for money. Could probably do a bit cheaper, but in time, this could become quite rare, seeing as how very few there are of it. And with the flavours that it's offering, it's quite obvious why it would become quite desirable. But yeah, so I can see why it was the price that it was. The finish is just about ended now. There is no finish after that period of time, however long that was. So I'd say that's a good length finish. And the notes for the nose are still very much there, which I'm pleased with. Yeah, so overall I'd rate that whisky. I'd say that's quite a good whisky to go into. I'd say it's definitely worth exploring, having a dram, even if you go to your local whisky pub, as it were, and ask for a dram there. It's worth having a taste. It's worth going through your whisky tasting notes book that you no doubt have to record all the whiskies that you've tasted on your whisky tasting journey. I do that, and it helps me keep track of which ones I have and haven't tried. I'd say this is an enjoyable whisky. I think you should have a look at it. If you're not a whisky fan and you're looking to get this to someone as a gift, they'd be very grateful. Let's just say that. There's a lot of flavour to it. It's very sweet on the palate, which appeals to a lot of people. So I had to stop filming there. Pugsy was getting a bit agitated and uncomfortable, probably because I wasn't sharing the whisky with him. If we explore this again, what we'll do is we'll explore it with a bit of water this time, because it would be good to bring it down slightly. It's 48%. Just a few drops will do. Blip, blip. I didn't get a third. Let's go for a third. Blip. I think it's important to appreciate the fact that adding water doesn't show you are any less of a man. It doesn't show that you are not appreciative or disrespectful towards the whisky. It actually shows you want to explore every single inch of this whisky. You want to really get in there, fine-tooth comb. You're looking for the detail. You're looking for it to give you more. 48% it's not incredibly high, but you can find more by adding water, would be my instant feedback on that. Don't be hesitant to add a small amount of water. Add small and carry on from there. People who say, oh no, you shouldn't add water, I'm sorry, you go to any of the distilleries, they will all disagree with you. Whiskey is meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant to be a status thing of, oh yeah, did you see me drink that? Neat. Fair enough, that's great. But if you really want to enjoy it and get your money's worth, add water. Don't be afraid to. It helps. So straight away I've added the water to there. Now I'm going to throw in that I also nose citrus on that. And it may be I'm getting the citrus because I've been drinking it more, but the citrus is a lot more prominent now. It's there, it's at the front. You've obviously got the sweet, the vanilla. I'm trying to ignore the flavours I've already had. Pear drops. We're getting more on the fruit side now when it comes to the nose. And the pear drops. I don't go around smelling pears, but I will be honest and say when someone opens a bag of pear drops, I say, hey, share them. I'd like one, please. That smell is what I associate with pear drops. The person's usually somebody I know, by the way. I don't say it to random strangers. Although, why wouldn't they share them? There's enough in the bag, you know? It's quite floral as well. I can imagine a fine bouquet of flowers smelling just like this. This is a very fine whisky. Again, adding the water. Try it neat, then add the water. See what else you get. The pepper in there has come to life. I still have all the other delightful tastes that I had before, but now, almost like a peppercorn that you'd put with your steak. Delicious. Very, very delicious. Very pleasant, very endearing. Makes me want to go back straight away for more. The finish is still dry. The finish still gives me what I had before. But this is a softer whisky as a result. It brings out more of the sweetness on the palate and in the nose once you've added water to it. I can have the comparison now because I was willing to try it both ways. You could do the same. You wouldn't go wrong with doing so. The whisky itself is good value. Very delicious, very sweet. I put this as a dessert whiskey, a dessert slash I've ordered a steak. This would go well with a steak kind of whiskey. I like my steaks, that's why I say it. Yeah, in the region of about £90, I think, from the distillery. I'm not sure if there are any still available. You can probably buy it online on one of these auction sites and whatnot. Or if you go to one of the local pubs that have the, several hundred whiskies on the wall, ask them for a dram. You will not be disappointed. Not at all. Something that's always fun to do is when you go to these places, order your starter, your main, your dessert, etc., and say to the guy or girl, they know their whiskey, and say what would go well with each. And see if they can help you here. Or find out for yourself what would go well with each. Explore it. Have you got a seafood starter, have you got a seafood main, and go from there. And there is a whiskey that will go well with every single meal. Genuinely. Even down to your dessert. There is a whiskey that will complement that nicely. True. Fact. It's a very nice whiskey. Very nice indeed. I keep saying it, but I was pleasantly surprised with this one. I was buying a few from the distillery at the time, and when I purchased this one, it kind of ended up in my bag accidentally. And then when I realised there were only 1,800 bottles, I had to put another one in as well, because, you always keep one to one side, just in case, and you have one for yourself to enjoy, because you're worth it. Yeah, there we go. So that's that one. What you need to do now, guys, is tell people about this kind of video and say to them, it's alright. This guy helps us out. He tells us about various whiskies that are there. It's worth having a watch. He's nice enough. His dog is gorgeous. Can't lie about that bit. He is. People say I look like my dog. I don't see it myself, Anyway, that's all I've got time for this time, guys. I'll put another video out very soon. I'm still working through all the ones that I got from Isla, having a bit of a taste here and there, seeing what I think. Don't forget to request certain whiskies. If there's one you'd like me to try, you've got a particular one I'm thinking, I'm in an orange, shall I get this one? Is it worth the money? Blah, blah, blah. Get in touch. Message me. Comment below. Phone me. Hit me up. Alright, my phone number is not there, but you should look for it. Alright, have a good one, guys, and I will catch you soon. Peace out.